Today I want to talk about 5 fundamental plays that every engine company needs in their playbook. Finally, we're back making some videos. It's been a while since I've put out some. I got really busy and finally just now got the opportunity to really start producing some more videos. I've got a list of probably 50 videos written down that I've been trying to make. I just haven't had time, so I'm going to try to get some of those done now. Hopefully I'll have a lot of them coming out real soon. So today we're talking about 5 fundamental plays for an engine company. You really have to break down plays on your engine company to be successful, to be able to fight fire in a variety of different scenarios that you may come across. If you do not have one of these plays, you really should evaluate your engine and how it's set up, or speak with your crew and decide how can we go about solving this problem and create a way to run that play on the fireground. So the number 1 play is the PreConnected Attack. The PreConnected Attack is the one that we use the vast majority of the time. A PreConnected Attack, a lot of people will call that a cross lay. It could be a pre-connected line in the bumper. It could be a pre-connected line off the rear of the truck, but it's basically a predetermined length of hose that is set up for your territory that you know the majority of the time that length of hose and that size attack line is going to fight a fire 90-something% of the time. That's kind of your go-to line. So the PreConnected Attack has several advantages and disadvantages. Some of the advantages include having a very fast way to stretch hose line off the truck. So it's pre-connected. It's usually a predetermined length. Usually we set up those lengths based on our territories, whatever we're responding to. So we know that a 200-foot 1 3/4 is going to reach 90% of our fires, and that makes it quick work for us because we've set that up on the truck ready to go. A downside to the PreConnected Attack is it really develops bad habits. We tend to pull that line every single fire, even when that is not the best decision to be made. You'll see it often where either one is volume or one is length, where we pull the initial attack line pre-connected 1 3/4 and then we realize that's really not enough water and you end up stretching a second pre-connected line. When you stretch 2 lines versus 1 big line, you're using more manpower than you realize. It takes at least 2 firefighters to operate a hand line. So when you stretch 2 hand lines, you're using 4 firefighters. That same amount of firefighters could move a 2.5-inch line probably easier than 2 1 3/4 lines. The second thing that can happen is the length of hose. You pull a pre-connected line because that's what you're used to doing, and then you realize that is actually not enough hose line to get the job done. That is a very bad feeling if you pull the wrong hose line. So having that develop in bad habits, we can end up stretching a line, say an offset building or an apartment complex or something, where we didn't realize that that 200-foot or 150 pre-connected line was not really enough to get that job done. Which leads us into our second play, which is called the Extended Attack. The Extended Attack is exactly what it sounds like. It's an extended attack from our pumper that is usually farther away than what the pre-connected line has. So now it gives us the ability to extend lines farther out, like 300 feet, 500 feet, or reduce lines out so that we can really stretch out the distance that we're going to be able to perform a fire attack. Extended attacks come in very, very handy for a lot of applications. Apartment complexes, commercial occupancies, even residential houses in rural areas with long extended driveways or narrow alleyways. All of those things can make it easier if you perform an extended attack rather than trying to pull a pre-connect and then lengthen that pre-connect. So traditionally, an extended attack is typically done by taking a set amount of hose, usually in a high-rise pack, hotel pack, bundle, skid load, whatever you want to call it, but it's a predetermined length of hose that you're going to use as a kit to take it to the fire or take it to your entry point. Then you're connecting that bundle or that amount of hose in with a 2.5-inch line or something to extend that line to your bundle. That length of hose could go any length that you need to get to the fire scene. So 300 foot extended would mean 300 foot of 2.5 going to the predetermined length of a bundle. That way we already know what the pressure should be pumped of the bundle or the high-rise pack, and then all you're doing is telling the driver add 200 feet of 2.5 to this friction loss or 300 feet, and they just look at a chart, dial it up, and you've got your extended attack ready to go. So a high-rise attack would also fall into extended attack. That's just an extended attack that you're using a standpipe system to extend the attack line rather than hose. The good news is if you have a standpipe failure and you're trained and your engine's set up for an extended attack, you can fix that problem very quickly by stretching 2.5-inch hose line. The third play and the fourth play kind of go hand in hand. The third play is going to be dropping a big line, so like a 2.5-inch attack line, usually something, maybe a smooth bore, something that you can get out and flow a lot of water on the primary attack line. Maybe your first line on a commercial fire, apartment fire, something like that, where you need a lot more volume to knock down the heat energy that's there. And the fourth play is going to be the Blitz Attack. Now the Blitz Attack gets interchanged into what your style is. That's why I say that 3 and 4 go together, because some people will say that a Blitz Attack would be a 2.5-inch line with like a inch and an eighth or inch and 3/16 smoothbore nozzle. They can blitz and hit the fire real quick and move that line very quickly. Then we also have rapid attack style monitors, so like the Ram from Elkhart or TFT Blitz Fire, Blitz Force, those type of monitors. They're 500 GPM monitors that are very maneuverable, but once you start flowing, you can't really pick that line up and move it. You can just get it in place quickly. So both of those techniques are really designed to flow more water. One is a little bit less water, but much more mobile. The other one is rapid attack style, which is usually 500 GPM, but a little less mobile. And the fifth and final play is the master stream operation, or the master stream attack. We a lot of times think of that as a defensive operation, but a master stream can be really, really handy in an offensive attack. So for example, detached garages, this works really, really well on. Anything you have a large, heavy fire volume that hand line really can't handle very well, a deck gun in 20 to 30 seconds could drop a lot of water really quickly, knock the heat energy out of that fire, and then you move over to your hand lines to really perform the operation. A lot of times your driver can actually do this in the time that it takes somebody to stretch a hose line, because you're only talking about maybe 20 to 30 seconds of water. Of course, you do have to try to make sure that you have a good water supply, or that is coming from the second dew pumper, not the first dew, so that your first dew is coming off of tank water on hand lines, and your second dew is coming maybe just emptying their tank water, which is something Detroit does a lot, dumping the monitor, just getting that water off the truck if the truck's just going to be sitting on the scene anyway. So in this video, I really just wanted to give you something to evaluate your engine. So go outside, look at your engine, take your crew with you, look at, can you fulfill those 5 types of fire attacks? Pre-connected attack, extended attack, the big line, blitz, and then the master stream. Chances are any fire attack you do can fall into one of those categories. But if you're finding yourself right now saying, I don't know that we could do that style of attack, you're opening yourself up with a gap on your engine that you're probably going to find a vulnerability pretty soon, because those types of fires or scenarios happen on a very regular basis. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel to see the latest videos. I have a long list of videos, and hopefully I'm going to be putting them out really, really soon. For more resources, make sure you go to the Facebook page, Box Alarm Training on Facebook, and don't forget to go to our website, www.boxalarmtraining.com. Thanks.